Apex Legends is one of the hottest games right now, and many of you have requested for me to make a video about how the game performs on a Mac running Windows 10 via Boot Camp. So that is exactly what we're doing today. Before we get into this, let's go through some frequently asked questions about Apex Legends running on Mac. First question, is Apex Legends supported under the macOS operating system? Apex Legends on Mac is currently not supported. Next question, will Apex Legends come to Mac? No idea, most likely not. I've emailed the developers with this question and I'm awaiting a reply. However, I expect Respawn Entertainment have more important things to do right now than port this game to our platform. But don't say never. Some big AAA games are similar to this one in terms of gameplay and graphics have come to our platform after several months or even years. Hopefully Respawn see that there is somewhat of a demand for this game on the Mac platform. Next question, if Apex Legends isn't supported under macOS, how do you actually play the game on a Mac? Currently, the best way to play Apex Legends on Mac is by installing Windows 10 on your Mac with the application Boot Camp, which comes on every Mac. This is all a free process and it's actually pretty simple to set up. You can download a free Windows 10 ISO from the description, and then you have to open Boot Camp Assistant and the application will do the rest. Boot Camp will give you the best performance possible as your Mac will run Windows using all its power, just like any other PC. Check out my tutorial in the description on how to install Windows 10 on your Mac. Do not attempt to play Apex Legends under virtual software because it will perform terribly. Alright, last question. Which Macs are capable of running this game? So based on my research, I believe the following Mac models will run Apex Legends at acceptable performance. This would be all MacBook Pros released since late 2016, all iMacs with AMD GPUs released since late 2014, and all Mac Pros released since late 2013. The following Mac models should be able to run Apex Legends, but with limited performance. The game should work on 15-inch MacBook Pros, released since mid-2015 with AMD Radeon R9 chipsets, and all iMacs released since late 2013 with NVIDIA GPUs should run this game, but may have a low frame rate, much below 60 FPS. And then all 2012 and up MacBook Airs, 12-inch MacBooks, and Mac Minis will struggle to run this game, running it at the lowest preset settings and struggling to reach 30 frames per second.
Making contact with enemy.
Okay, so next we're going to be going over my Mac performance for this game. I'm running it on a MacBook Pro 15-inch from 2018. I'm playing the game at a resolution of 1920 by 1080, and I've got the quality preset to medium. I've got VSync disabled, and my frame rate is around 55 FPS, sometimes 60. However, it can go down to the 40s sometimes. For example, when a smoke bomb is thrown, my FPS drops like down to the 30s, or sometimes it will just randomly drop to about 40, but it's always playable. I also noticed that if I played the game in full screen mode, my FPS would be higher. And I also noticed that if I made my target FPS 60 FPS, the game would actually receive a better frame rate performance towards 60. So the Mac performance here is okay. It's not outstanding, but it's not bad. I wish it could be a bit better, but I'm still pretty pleased that this game was able to perform in the way that it did. It had no major lag spikes. Frame rate did drop sometimes, but it was always playable. So I'm pretty happy with the performance here. So to conclude, Apex Legends is a very demanding game that should be played on Macs, honestly, with dedicated graphics. I wouldn't really suggest playing this with integrated graphics cards on a Mac. Hopefully this video gains some traction, Respawn Entertainment sees that we want the game, and then they port it to our system. That would be a dream come true, but will that happen? I doubt it, but who knows. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. Let me know if you're going to try out Apex Legends on your Mac via Bootcamp, and let me know how it goes. Alright, thanks guys, bye bye.